Imagine walking into a room where nobody notices you. You try to speak, but people interrupt you, ignore your opinion, or simply don't seem interested. Now imagine another person walking into that same room. They don't talk much, they don't try too hard, yet everyone naturally pays attention to them. Why does that happen? Is it because they're richer, better looking, or just lucky? No. It's because they understand something most people never learn: psychology. And today, I'm going to show you one simple psychological principle that can completely change the way you communicate with people. Stay until the end, because the final lesson is the one that almost everyone gets wrong. First, you need to understand that your brain is incredibly lazy. It isn't designed to analyze every little detail about every person you meet. Instead, it creates shortcuts. Psychologists call these mental shortcuts cognitive biases. Within just a few seconds of meeting someone, your brain has already made dozens of assumptions about them based on their body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, and confidence. That's why first impressions matter so much. But here's the interesting part. You can improve your first impression without pretending to be someone you're not. One of the most powerful psychological effects is called the mirror effect. People naturally feel more comfortable with those who seem familiar. Have you ever noticed how close friends start using the same words, laughing in the same way, or even standing similarly? They usually don't realize they're doing it. That's because our brains naturally connect with people who feel familiar. The key isn't copying someone like a robot. The key is matching their energy naturally. If they're speaking calmly, don't come in shouting. If they're excited, don't act completely emotionless. Small adjustments create comfort, and comfort builds trust. But here's something even more powerful. People don't remember every word you say. Think about your favorite teacher, coach, or friend. You probably don't remember every conversation, but you remember how confident, respected, or inspired they made you feel. That's emotional memory, and it's one of the strongest psychological forces in human behavior. Instead of trying to sound impressive, focus on making people feel heard, respected, and understood. Another mistake most people make is believing that confidence means talking non-stop. In reality, confident people often speak less. They pause before answering. They aren't afraid of silence because silence creates attention. The next time someone asks you a question, don't rush to answer immediately. Take one calm second, think, then respond. That tiny pause signals confidence because it shows you're comfortable, not desperate to fill every moment with words. Now here's the biggest mistake almost everyone makes. They spend every conversation trying to impress people. They think, how can I sound smarter? How can I make people like me? But the people who leave the strongest impression ask thoughtful questions, listen carefully, and show genuine curiosity. Everyone loves talking to someone who truly listens. In fact, people often leave a conversation thinking you're interesting simply because you made them feel interesting. That's real social intelligence. Now let me leave you with one final thought. Psychology is not about manipulating people or controlling them. It's about understanding how the human mind works so you can communicate better, build stronger relationships, make wiser decisions, and recognize when someone else is trying to influence you unfairly. The more you understand psychology, the more confident you'll become because you'll stop guessing why people behave the way they do. If you learned something new today, subscribe because every week we'll explore powerful psychological concepts, body language, secrets, confidence hacks, decision-making, and social intelligence that can genuinely improve your life. And before you go, answer this in the comments. What's one psychological behavior you've noticed people do every single day? I'll be reading your answers. Remember, when you understand the mind, you don't need to control people. You understand them, and that changes everything.